hallmark of spirituality, being truly spiritual, is your willingness to be continuously corrected. Now, I deal with this in a major way, because I've committed myself fully to being truly spiritual. Not any of that faux spiritual crap, but being truly spiritual. But being truly spiritual means that you're willing to be constantly corrected. So I was just making a video, actually. I had to stop at 2 minutes because I said something that was like, wait, no, that's not quite right. And the question becomes, well, do I want to just edit this out? Do I want to merge them back together in such a way so that it becomes right? But no, it's like I want to keep my flow. Because all of these little things you got to do in this 3D vibration we're in kind of break your flow, kind of screw with your flow. But I want to say that I haven't learned everything. I haven't learned completely, in a sense. I know the complete teaching which will heal the world. Not such a big deal, by the way. But I'm still learning. I'm still constantly open to correction. And that's one of the most important things we want to look for in someone who is truly spiritual, is someone who is constantly open to having their thinking corrected. In such a way that they say something, you think something, you have a thought, and you question it right away. Is that really true? How many people are like that? How many people question everything? Now it sucks because it's like I have this constant monitor on myself in which I'm questioning all of my thinking. How true is it? How confident can I be in knowing that that is the truth? Now, there's some people that are very confident in certain things that I can't even imagine myself being confident in. How can you be so confident in astrology? How can you be so confident about different dimensions, in chakras, in all these different things? How can you be so confident in what you're saying? Because for me, it's like there's always a question that comes up. What about this? What about this thing that contradicts it? What about all these people that believed in it and went rogue? There's the constant questioning process for me. Constantly having my errors corrected. And as I said, it's a difficult thing because I'm so hyper aware of it that I used to not even be able to practically talk. Because I had to have my errors corrected. Oh shit, that's wrong, gotta start again. And it took about 40 years on this shit, Paul. You're close. Before I could make a sensical video. That's not quite true. But this is what we need. If we're truly on the path, is we need to be open to having all of our errors corrected, all of our thinking errors corrected. Because there is an objective truth. There is an objective truth about how we can save the world. And when I say save the world, you have to be aware right now that you have ideas of what that means. What does saving the world mean? You have connotations associated with those words, save the world, which might automatically cause you to reject what I'm saying because I used those words. But what does saving the world really mean? It means just getting rid of all the bullshit. And we can do this very easily. I was having a conversation with 3 ladies that were at least 20 plus years my senior yesterday. We were talking about the nursing homes, talking about old people in hospitals, talking about simple solutions, like having kids from school come in. Not necessarily do any kind of forced interaction, but just be there. Be there. Have a playground at the nursing home so they can watch kids play. And then maybe gradually introduce ideas like having the kids bring drinks to them or do small favors like that. Stuff like that. But the more forced it is, the more contrived, the more divorced it is from the true way, which has to be light, spontaneous. And my son was telling me at this restaurant called Chick-fil-A, I don't want to call it a restaurant, just a crappy ass joint Really, that's all it is. That makes food product. They're so proud of the fact that they slaughter billions of chickens or whatever it is to feed their fat ass customers. They're trained to say, my pleasure, at the end of an interaction. Or when you say, thank you. They're trained to react with my pleasure. Could you train a robot to do the same thing? Of course you could. So what does it mean? What makes you different from a robot? If you can train a robot to do exactly the same thing, what's the difference? Some asshole in a suit and tie sitting around a boardroom table has this idea, oh, we should train them all to say my pleasure. Now, how the fuck did that guy get hired? Well, he probably owns the company. He's probably hiring jackasses with equally stupid ideas. Train the employees to all say the exact same thing after an interaction. Well, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. Because you're forced to say it. It's just like all monetary interactions in which you're polite because you want to receive more money from the person. It's like the grumpy ass waitress who's grumpy all the time, except when she puts the check on your table. Have a great day. Okay, you were here like 7 times, and that's the first time you smiled. That's the first time you showed any lick of humanity. But it's so contrived. It's such bullshit. I can see right through it. All for another $1? But I'm not worried about that damn waitress. I'm really not. I'm not worried about these people burning the rainforest down. I'm not worried about any of these so-called big problems we have. I'm not worried about the wars. I'm just asking one question. Really just down to one question. Is there one person out there whose head isn't up their ass? Now, I'm being a little bit harsh there, because I know that there's plenty of people that are very, very intelligent. And having a brain that functions well is not what I'm talking about. There's people that understand things that I have no desire to even try to understand. In science and math and blah, blah, blah. There's people that can watch a program on TV and understand what the hell's going on a lot better than I can. I get confused rather easily. Yeah, I admit it, I do. It's got to be simple, otherwise I can't deal with it, for the most part. Teaching is simple. How to save the world is pretty simple. Well, when it comes to being truly intelligent, it means, well, do you get the teaching? Do you really get the teaching about this? About how to save the world? Remember, which means get rid of the bullshit. When you get rid of the bullshit, everything's fine. Spiral upward from that point, once you take away the bullshit. But you have human beings that are always focusing on the wrong thing. The news says there's a big forest fire in the Amazon. It's burning down, millions of acres or whatever it is. So what are you going to do? You're going to have a rally, and you're going to do what? You're going to make signs, you're going to hold signs, and you're going to educate. I got this damn email I printed out from this lady. All capital letters, first of all. I don't know if you can tell from me holding it up right there. Dear friends, blessings to all. That's how she begins the letter. And I'm not going to bore you with what's in this letter. I thought I might go by this line by line and read to you one bullshit statement after another about the mentality of these people. She's talking about 5G and radiation here. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything with that. You want to solve the 5G problem? Well, good luck, because you're probably not going to. You can fight it. Maybe you'll solve it in your own community, and then the community next to you are going to have their asses fried. And say, oh, well, they weren't open to the teaching of what we need to do to combat 5G. It's either we solve all problems, or we continue to face them one by one. And there's people that are so worried about apocalypse happening. A great big worldwide apocalypse, which maybe does have some validity to worry about, considering how many people were perhaps from another age in which everybody got their asses cooked, and they had to go through many hundreds more incarnations to get here. Maybe there's some validity to that. I don't know for sure. It's a possibility. It's a strong one. But the reality is, if a meteor lands on your own damn house and kills you and your entire family, that's pretty much the same as a meteor landing on the entire world and killing everyone. From your perspective, it's the same fucking thing. That's your own personal apocalypse. Worried about what's going to happen on this grand scale. Well, we need to think about that. And that's why the teaching needs a teacher, because there's a lot of subtleties. You think, well, you just said that. And it's like, hey, if you truly got brains, if you truly got sense, you can get this. It's not too difficult. I got it. Look at me. Look how ridiculous I am. You know, in Buddhism, the Buddha said, not this, not that. At one point. I don't know exactly what he was talking about because I wasn't there for the conversation. Maybe it was. Not this, not that. You go one way too far, you're wrong. You go this, so you go in the knee-jerk reaction opposite way. Not quite that. No. You kind of got to dance here. That's how this is. There's certain statements that we can make almost without any reservation whatsoever, such as feeling connected is the most important problem. It's really the problem. I can say that with full confidence, and I don't need to qualify that in any way. But there's other things that need qualification. They need balance. They require dance in order to get to the highest level of truth, or the truth at all, depending on how we define the truth. Where the hell was I? Where did I get from there? Oh, so this 5G thing in the Amazon. You get all these people together, and I look at them, and I see them. I got open eyes. I see them. And I see quite clearly right in front of me that you are all the goddamn problem. You're all the problem. And you're projecting it into this distant land. You don't see the fire. You don't smell the smoke. You see it on TV, and they tell you it's a problem. So, it's a problem. And I see right in front of me, the problem's right here. That we're not connected. We're not truly connected. We can't form. We can't create the music of heaven because we're not truly connected. To be truly connected means you can create the music of heaven. You can create the music of the spheres. And it's evident by getting together and you say, oh yes, we're creating heavenly music here. And bam, that's the truth. It's in the demonstration. How do we flow? I toss you a ball. You're like, oh, what's this? What do I do? And you want to say you understand the problems of the world? You can't catch a ball? You don't understand that? Dog gets it. Throw him a ball. Oh, they get it. You're going to say, oh, what do I do with it? Your fucking dog gets it, but you don't. It's incredible how stupid we are. How fucking unbelievably stupid we are. So I'm basically at this place in time where I realize, well, people are too fucking stupid. So I keep going in these cycles where I decide I have to try to communicate. I at least have to try. Because what else am I going to do? I'm feeling the communication come through me. So I have to at least try. Because if I don't try, this is going to eat my ass alive. I'm going to implode. I'm going to be like, start to have the worst thoughts about myself in the future. So I have to try. I at least have to try just to alleviate some of this tension, this excess electricity in my body. But right now I'm at this point where I think, well, it's just kind of fucking pointless. But I have no choice. I have no choice to try. But I'll try for a little while. If I'm successful in getting any attention whatsoever, then I'll probably keep doing it. Because I feel an enormous burden to help people that are truly interested. I really hate to let people down more than anything. Anything. So I at least have to try. But if my efforts don't go anywhere whatsoever, then, well, what am I going to do? Create another album? Do some kind of artistic project? Somehow survive on the shitball until I decide once again that I'm going to try to communicate again. We got to get to the state of flow where we're able to make shit happen. That's really the bottom line, but you see that it's going to require some qualification too. So I'm going to end the video right there. I'll make another one.